Hello and welcome to High Vibe Astrology. This is Jennifer. Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a video on the June 18 Gemini new moon, a little bit about the astrology, and then I'm going to get right into the affirmations and frequencies. So June 18 Gemini new moon ruled by Mercury does have a nice sextile, which is a positive aspect, an angle, asking us to cultivate it consciously in order to get the highest and best results. But Mercury, as the ruler of the Gemini new moon, in harmony with Venus, the ruler of the North Node in Taurus, is a good omen for the direction that we have available to us to take. Mercury, of course, is about how we think and transmit those thoughts. Naturally, how we learn, how we communicate. And as the ruler of the Gemini new moon, it's a news cycle in communication or things that we're curious about and want to learn about. It is also an energy of the practical mind, the rational mind, and what we might consider to be 3D thinking. And that Gemini new moon, as it relates to 3D thinking, is going to be challenged, or is in fact challenged, by a square from Neptune, which wants to dissolve those old constructs. Neptune is dreamlike, and as the ruler of Pisces and the ocean, it does have that dissolving effect on constructs. So while we do have this positive aspect between the ruler of the new moon in Gemini, Mercury, and Venus, the ruler of our North Node in Taurus, which represents our destiny and where we are heading, we also have these other conflicting angles. So we will feel it all and be processing it all, but ultimately the choice is ours to make a clean break from anything from our past that felt restrictive, rigid, a distraction from where we are heading and what we truly want in our lives and for ourselves. But there are energies in this chart that represent reconciliation between our past, which we can't just throw away or pretend never happened. What we can do is use it as a rich foundation, take what we've truly learned in the way of wisdom, and use that as a foundation for moving us forward. And a few of those aspects are the conjunction of Mars with Venus, Mars as the ancient co-ruler of the Scorpio South Node, and of course Venus, the ruler of the North Node in Taurus. So those two are conjunct in Leo, which is the sign of the heart, the inner child, returning to a more playful, innocent outlook on life and being able to trust the moment as it arises and allow the universe to guide us from that heart space. We also have a challenge to both of the nodes from Pluto, another co-ruler of the Scorpio South Node. And Pluto represents the phoenix, which is the death and rebirth process, rising out of the ashes of the old. So with Pluto forming a T-square to both the South and the North Node, this is literally describing a crossroads moment, a moment where we have to choose. Do we want to focus on the future and use our past as compost and fertilize the garden of our future? But focus itself is fertilizer, so we have to remember to keep the energy focused on where we want to go and what we want in our lives, rather than continuing to just retell the same old stories from the past. There's also a beautiful trine from Chiron to Mars and Venus. Chiron in Aries to Mars and Venus in Leo, which illustrates that plenty of healing opportunity is available to us insofar as unifying our past experiences with where we want to go right now and where we see our life heading. Now, another planet that I perceive as the third ruler of the Scorpio South Node is Sedna. Sedna representing the eagle that is able to transcend even Pluto's death and rebirth cycle of duality and extreme highs and lows, and allow us to find our equilibrium in the form of spirit or in the spiritual realm, where we can soar, where we can find the current of source and glide with greater ease and greater vision too. The eagle gives us that panoramic view. So Sedna is forming a trine to Pluto and will be for quite a while, as they're in this dance between with Pluto late degree Capricorn and moving back into Aquarius at the beginning of the year 2024, and Sedna having just left Taurus and moving into Gemini. So nevertheless, it's an out of sign trine and they are in harmony. So that feels to me like another opportunity from the universe to truly support us in graduating from the extreme highs and lows, seeing life through that dualistic lens, to be able to find that third option, that neutral option, the middle way, the Tao, and be able to harmonize these two extremes and harness them, just like the Chariot card in Tarot, where both the yin and the yang are present in equal balance and moving us forward. Both energies are working in harmony, giving us the momentum to create what we truly want instead of constantly feeling that gravitational force to be pulled back into past patterns that no longer serve us. So those are the main points that I wanted to bring up for the astrology of this chart. And as always, I hope you will stay tuned for the affirmations and frequencies, and please comment if they resonate with you. Like and subscribe. I always appreciate your support. Until next time, this is Jennifer, always wishing you well. Bye for now. Sun, new moon, and Mercury for the Gemini new moon. I stay open to all forms of learning that will keep my mind malleable and adaptable. Sun, new moon, and Neptune for the square from Neptune to the new moon. I am ready to receive all the answers and guidance I seek within the dream state and divine synchronicity. Mercury and Venus for the sextile. I embrace a new cycle of learning and adapting to that which aligns with my highest happiness and vision of love, peace, and prosperity. Venus and Jupiter for the square. I am committed to expanding my capacity for bliss in all ways and for all beings in my world. Sedna and Mars for the quincunx to the south node. I easily and joyfully reconcile practical communication with the dark unknown of the divine realm. Pluto and Sedna for the trine. The mythical phoenix and elegant eagle support my ever-expanding consciousness toward higher mind and greater love. Mars and Venus for the conjunction. All past karma and trauma are restored to balance and harmony now, bringing me fully into my divine essence, innocence, and joy. Pluto, Mars, and Venus for the T-square to the nodes. I am fully aware of the contrast between a past that has felt limiting and the endless possibilities before me, and I choose to move into the higher states of spiritual freedom, joy, and abundance. Saturn, Mars, and Venus for the sextile and trine. Structures from the past that felt like a vice are now transforming into a magical matrix that breathes with and responds to my ever-expanding consciousness. Neptune and Pluto for the sextile. My dreams are powerfully moving me forward in the direction of my highest vision for myself and for my world.